Now, annoyingly, I have forgotten my microphone, but either way, welcome to the next leg of the Heart of England Way. We're walking today from Alcester, from the town hall, where you can see behind me, through the town, and you'll see it's a beautiful old town, old Roman town, and we're heading down to the large village of Bidford-on-Avon, and then we'll return back in a loop back to the start. Alcester's town hall was built in 1618, starting life as an open arch roofed market hall for farmers to sell their corn. St Nicholas's church has 14th century origins. And you will also see that the town is lined with Grade II listed buildings, Tudor black and white cottages and stone Georgian townhouses. Alcester was considered an important Roman town, and there's even a free history museum that you can pop into when you're walking through town. This is Centenary Fields in Alcester. Now, technically, we should stay on this lane to walk into Oversley Green, but I know this area quite well, so we are going to quickly nip through here and just go across the floodplain meadow, and we'll end up back there at the bridge. So we have reached the bridge at Oversley Green. There's some information here. Basically, this has been a crossing over the River Arrow since the Roman times. And documents from 1444 that there was a bridge. If anyone's interested, you could scan that QR code and get the full history. You can't see it, there's a swan just down there. And that's the bridge which we are going to cross. This way, boys. Whoop. So yes, we came out that gate there, just to the right there, having just let them have a run. There you can get your books. You want something to read and you live in Oversley Green? Heading up, this is a quiet little village just on the outskirts of Alcester, and we're going to head up here and then turn left and go over the top of the A46. Woods to our left is Oversley Woods, and it's a shame in a way the Heart of England Way doesn't go through those woods because they're really lovely. We are staying on this farm track and heading to Oversley Castle. So Oversley Castle is up on that mound there. There isn't a castle there anymore, but it's still called Oversley Castle. I believe there are some private properties up there now, so we don't go up there because it's private, but that's the direction we're heading in. All the cow parsley in full bloom. Don't know how well you're going to see it on camera. That will be the northern edge of the Cotswolds, which is our eventual destination at the end of the Heart of England Way. This is Icknield Street, which is an old Roman road, I'm guessing with a name like that anyway. Okay, carrying on this way. I'm just going to go in and have a quick look at the church. St Milburgers Church. Isn't that beautiful? Had quite a bit of rain in the last week or two after a really dry spring. So as you can see, the nettles have gone quite wild. Going to try and not get stung. So this is the Fish Inn, which used to be incredibly quirky inside. We're going straight over the road there. If you did want to stop here, they've got a really nice little beer garden there, which is right by the river. Anyway, as I said, straight over for us. So we just passed by the village of Wixford. We didn't actually go through it. And we're now on this really pleasant little path, walking alongside the River Arrow, which is, can't really see it, it's in that undergrowth there. And we've got some fields to cross, and we head to the village of Broom. This used to be a stud farm of thoroughbred horses, and it was owned, it may still be owned, by Roger Brookhouse, who's a racehorse trainer. I always coveted it because it's so beautifully set out, but it looks like it just has sheep now, so if Brookhouse still owns it, I assume it's been sublet to a sheep farmer, I don't know. The dogs are going to have to go back on leads because the next field has got sheep in it. Go on then. So this is the village of Broom that we are just coming into. We're going to walk straight through it. There are two pubs in Broom. And we'll also come near this way, the other side of the village, on the way back. Now, although it doesn't look like there's any signposts, see, technically our route is that way. It looks like that's a slightly better worn path, but no, we're this way, and then we're going to be heading into Bidford. Right, we've come up this path, which is up the side of a disused railway line, and we're heading here into Bidford-on-Avon. Bidford-on-Avon is a large village in Warwickshire. In fact, I'd say it's almost a town now with the amount of new houses that's been built on it recently. As we've seen, the Roman road Icknield Street passes through the village on its way north to Alcester. The village gets its name from Icknield Street crossing the River Avon in Anglo-Saxon times in an area that became known as Bidder's Ford, which in time became Bidford. Nearly missed our turning. Just walking through a sort of residential area of Bidford. Need to pay attention to the map. Down this way. So the Heart of England Way continues. We would turn left and go over Bidford Bridge and head out that way along the River Avon. We are carrying along Bidford High Street on the return leg back to the start. So we're just walking on the main road out of Bidford, and just shortly after that lay-by up there on the right, we're going to turn right and be back on farmland. That's better, we're off the main road onto this bridleway and pretty much walk in a straight line now. We're sort of parallel to the Heart of England Way, but on the other side of Bidford. Although you can hear the A46 dual carriageway, which is over to my left, this is a lovely walk, considering this isn't the main Heart of England Way, this is just the footpath return. Now, Oversley Castle, that I mentioned and we walked past a while ago, you can now see just about in the distance over there. Let me zoom in. It's beautiful Warwickshire countryside. This is King's Lane, which we're going to follow down that way. You can probably hear the A46 in the background. So we're right on the edge of the village of Broom that we walked through earlier, and the river is down to our left behind all this willow trees and other vegetation. Bailey, not too far. Come on then. Bailey, come on this way. So we're now walking along a disused railway line. You can probably see it behind me. I will put up on the screen where this used to go. I think it was like a Stratford to somewhere. I don't know where the somewhere was line, and now it makes this absolutely lovely woodland walk with very happy dogs. Just over there, you can just make it out behind the trees, is the Fish Inn in Wixford, which we walked past earlier. And on our return leg, we follow the disused railway line, and then we're just going to go up some steps and cross over the road, just so that you can't quite see it behind the vegetation, but it's just there on the right. So you just have to climb over that alcove and then down these steps. Come on, Bailey. So we've just gone under the A46. We're going to go up these steps, go left on the A46 to cross over it, and then there'll be a little stile to get back off. And just through the trees there, on the other side of the River Arrow, is the Arrow Mill pub and restaurant. I've only been in there once, but it's very smart. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's basically over there. So we're getting quite close to Alcester now. That's the River Arrow. And we have to just negotiate our way sort of under and round the A46 again. Boys, we're just in that little brook, and we are actually going this way, and then we'll come out alongside the 46, walk along it for 20-30 metres and then turn off again. So getting around the A46 was not easy. It's only a very short amount of road work, but you've got to sort of come round the side of the roundabout, and it's a bit overgrown on the verge, so that wasn't so easy. But now we are just on the last stretch back to Alcester. We are now on Mill Lane, just walking back into the town of Alcester. We'll go up the high street and back to the town hall where we started. It's been a really nice walk again, quite flat, it's basically flat. It's been a little bit tough in places, just a little bit unpleasant just when you've got to go onto the 46 and off again. But apart from that, lots of lovely farmland, some really nice interesting villages, plenty of pubs that we pass in case you want to do this walk and fancy having a drink on the way round. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and subscribe so you'll be made aware when we do our next leg of the Heart of England Way. Thanks very much for watching. And now we're arriving back in Alcester. Now, Alcester was established by the Romans as a fort around AD 47, strategically located at the intersection of Rinkeld Street, the Saltway and other Roman roads. The town continued to develop after the Roman period, with various buildings and structures remaining from different eras. If you do take on this walk, there are a wealth of different pubs in Alcester, well worth a visit. Hope you enjoy it. Well, that pub burnt down a couple of years ago, and unfortunately it's still rather dilapidated. This is St Nicholas's Church. The tower dates back to the 14th century, and there's been a church on this site since the 12th century. Gentle.